What's going on, guys, and welcome to Rabbit's Used Cars. So, we're here. Just a few days from now, I'll be out filming, and I want to shoot a video about something that I've been thinking about for a while, and I've been feeling it. Not feeling it in my heart, like, you say, and all that stuff, but really feeling it. It's something I think a lot of people need to hear. You already know it, but sometimes you gotta be reminded about it. Got me thinking, I was putting it together this morning when I was in the shower, washing this golden mane, letting hot water run down my dad bod, trying to get woke up. I was thinking about it. Get out of the shower and look in the mirror. I'm like, as I stand there, one, I'm a good looking man. Second, why do I have to hurt so bad and look this good? Like I would trade a little bit of the looks if I could just feel better. And then I shake it off, spike my damn hair up, throw on a little smell good, or attaboy as we like to call it, and out the door I go. Made 10 stops on the way here. Sat my ass down chair, told Matt, let's make film. Let's go. But I want to talk to you about that. No pain, no gain. So recently, I've been noticing a problem with my knee. It's been an ongoing problem that's gotten progressively worse. And it's weird, it's not the one I tore off. It's actually my good one. And then there's actually a couple sides to this story. So it got to the point to where I could stand all day long. I could walk all day, and it really didn't faze me. But as soon as I sat down, my knee would just start throbbing and just aching. And I mean, to the point where, at first it was just a little sore, a little tender. And then it's to the point where, like, I'm driving, it would hurt. And you had sharp pain shooting like down your shin. I mean, down to my heel, I could feel it. And I mean, it's just like a toothache, just that deep, just aching ass pain. And nothing you could do would really handle it. Like, you couldn't take a Tylenol or whatever, a heating pad, nothing, just nothing, ice, nothing faced it. The only thing that made it better, sometimes you could position yourself a little different, like it took the pressure off of it. And it was just getting progressively worse. Well, I drive a lot. So obviously, that's, really bothering me. So I made an appointment and went and seen a joint doctor. As a matter of fact, he's a knee specialist. And first time ever going to anything like this in my life. And, they bring you in and they do the MRI and x-rays and all this stuff. And of course, I've never been to this doctor before. And I'm sure he didn't read any of my past medical history. Well, they did an MRI and they noticed that, one leg's metal and one's not. He's like, holy shit, you had the nail procedure done. I said, yeah, we ain't talking about that leg, doc. We're talking about the one that's got a bone in it. This is the one that's giving me problems. And he goes, well, I see the problem. And he said, I'll be honest with you, you're getting around pretty good for a guy that the cartilage in his leg is shot. And I said, what are you talking about, cartilage in my leg is shot? And he said, what it's doing is throwing everything out of alignment. And he goes, probably at one time in your life, I'd be willing to bet you were a heavier guy. And he said, then I see this other leg. Well, naturally, you hurt this leg, so you're going to probably favor your right leg. He said, so you put a little more weight on this one too, on top of that. And he said, just over the years, you wore your knee out, bud. You ain't really a whole lot we can do right at the moment, other put your new one in or, maybe give you some steroids. He said, I'm not a real big shot doctor about putting, shots in your knee and stuff. He said, I really think that's putting a Band-Aid on a gash. He said, I'm not a big fan of that. He said, I don't think it's good medicine, personally. We get done with the doc and he wrote me a prescription for steroids because obviously I can't have knee surgery right now. One, I'm leaving in days to go film for months. So that's not going to work. And so just got to suck it up And he said, what do you do for a living? And I said, I sell collector cars and make YouTube videos and just be me. That's what I do. He goes, man, he said, so you do a lot of walking. I said, on concrete floors. He goes, that doesn't help any. He said, obviously, that's hurting it also. Even standing, you're not feeling it so much. It feels better when you're walking and standing. But he said, that's probably what's causing a lot of the problem. When you sit down and it's relieved, is when it starts hurting. He said, I'm really shocked you're walking as good as you are. He said, you walked in here you're in pretty decent shape. He said, after looking at these MRIs and x-rays and feeling around just a little bit, he goes that, I'm really surprised you're not hobbling in here. And I said, because I give it no other choice. He goes, what do you mean? And I'm a big believer in mind over matter. Not to get too far off on this, but you ever hear those stories about people that are in the hospital and, and the doctor says you're going to die in 6 months, and they live for years and years and years because they made up their mind they're not going to die. Just like somewhere down the line, all the people who told me I was ugly never seeped in because in my mind, I'm a good looking guy. No, but seriously, you got to think yeah, my knee hurts, but you got to keep moving. And I understand there's sometimes it's going to take you out of the game, which this is probably going to do it to me too, probably at the damnedest time. But I can't sell cars crawling around. So what do? Keep trucking. Show goes on. That's the thing that a lot of people don't understand because there's a lot of people hurting. And some of it's physical hurt, some of it's mental. Some of it's, you got your heart broke or whatever. At the end of the day, I've gotten so many doses of this through my life. My grandfather, perfect example. That man had a massive heart attack at 40 years old. 5 open heart surgeries. The balloon thing in the arteries, where they take arteries out of your leg, all that stuff. They've done all bypass surgery, all these things, just numerous times. Throat cancer, bone cancer. And I'll be honest with you, 2 hours before he died, he was talking just like me and you. And he told me that on his deathbed, literally at the time, you keep him straight. And the show goes on, even if I'm not here. Moving on, fast forward 25 years later, my father literally tells me the same thing in a hospital bed. The show goes on. You can't stop because you got your heart broke. It sucks. But sitting around and wallowing in self-pity is a death sentence. It's not going to fix it. It's going to make it worse. The faster you get up, the faster you get moving. That's just like when they do knee replacement surgery. What do? They go, oh, well, we put your new knee in, you're going to have to take it easy. Hell no. An hour and a half later, they got you hopped up out of bed walking around. That's the thing. You fall off the horse, you got to get back on. Every day I wake up, I swear to God, I have a new ache, a new pain. There's some days I don't want to get out of bed. If you seen who was laying beside you, probably wouldn't want to either. But you got to. That ain't making you money. That knee hurt ain't making you money. That broke heart ain't making you money. All them worries and all that bullshit ain't making you money. You know what that's doing? That's costing you. That's costing you because every minute you waste sitting around nursing this thing, it hurts, it hurts. Does that make it feel better? Not one thing is accomplished by any of that other than wasting time. A wise man once told me this, the difference between money and time. You can always count your money. You can never count on that next minute. Moral of the story. We all got hurts. We all got pains. And you're probably going to have more to come. You got to keep moving, though. Every day you wake up, you get another chance to it all up all over again. Little motivational speech pep talk. Excuse me while I get up because my knee is throbbing. Guys, we'll catch you next time at Rabbit's Used Cars. Because I don't think it's good medicine, personally. Can you hear that horn? Okay. So, we get done with the doc. I don't even want to get out of bed. If you seen who was laying beside you, probably wouldn't want to either. But, I had to throw that in there. But, sorry, daydream.